Bravo for going on with Freeland. That's brave. I lost about a half-inch of hairline when I went on that guy's show.
He's hilarious, and I hear you're going to have him on, and I'm glad your viewers are going to get to listen to him. You know, he's obviously got life experience and a vision, but he's also just fun, and we've got to make politics a little bit lighthearted, not so serious, lecturing, sanctimonious all the time.
It's true, it's true. So, Ro, why is it a good thing to have 20 years of farther left than center moderates?
Well, what I said is an economic progressive. What I mean by that is a lot of communities in this country have gotten shafted. Mm-hmm. Jobs have gone offshore. Mm-hmm. Factories have shut down. $14 trillion in my district in Silicon Valley, and other people in America are struggling on health care, struggling on child care, struggling to have a living wage. I believe we need policies in this country that are going to make sure people have health care, make sure they don't have medical debt, make sure there's child care. We're producing more wealth, Chris, come to my district, more wealth than anywhere in the history of humanity. Mm-hmm. And you're telling me we can't make sure every American has economic security? And we need a Marshall Plan for America. Rebuild Lorain, Ohio, rebuild Johnstown with a 21st century approach. So that's what I meant with an economic progressive vision.
So the issue that Trump has teed up, you can easily argue / criticize his mechanism, which are the tariffs, but he has teed up the signature issue of our time in America, which you just identified, the many versus the few, and changing the relationship that the corporate class has to getting access to the biggest consumer market in the world. He's got the right issue, but it's about, do you have better ideas of how to do that? The Democrats have been spending most of their time either quiet, watching the flames, or saying Trump sucks. Don't you have to be in the business of better if you want to achieve what you're saying?
Absolutely. I spoke at the Cleveland City Club. Geraldo was there, and I said, Trump has asked a lot of the right questions. It's David Brooks' line. He has all the right questions, the wrong answers. I give him credit for sounding the alarm of 90,000 factories shutting down. I give him credit for saying it's a travesty that we used to produce more steel in Western Pennsylvania than Germany and Japan combined, that those folks won us our freedom, and now we've hollowed out all the steel in at our 4%. The problem I have is just having blanket tariffs to protect industry isn't going to work before we build industry. Mm-hmm. And to build industry, to build new economic vitality, we need federal investment like the CHIPS Act. We need to have workforce development, including 1,000 trade schools and workforce in the skilled trades. We need to make sure that we're also investing in AI, in universities, in healthcare jobs, because those are going to be growth sectors. And we need to have a whole economic development strategy for these communities. I believe I have a better, and Democrats can offer a better 21st century vision for economic reindustrialization than Donald Trump. But I don't question the premise that we need something new.
What do you think of the Elon Trump thing? What do you think's going on, and what is the implication?
Look, Elon just couldn't hold back anymore. He has had concerns about the exploding deficit for years. And Donald Trump campaigned saying he was going to balance the budget. No one balances the budget. Fine, maybe that's politician speak. But he took a 7% deficit, 7% of GDP deficit, and he took it to 8.6 to 9%. That's unprecedented. We've never had that in the history of this country in peacetime. And Elon Musk said this is really crippling the country. And then he finally spoke the truth of how he felt about those blanket tariffs. He said, we're going to have a recession in the second half of the year. The question I have, which I've asked, and I really believe everyone should ask Vice President Vance this, is he team Elon Musk or team Donald Trump? Because he can't have it both ways. He can't want Elon Musk and Peter Thiel's money and Donald Trump's endorsement. I think he really has to pick a side.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.